Moving on to the Europa League now, I do have 3 selections and we start off with AZ Alkmaar playing host to Tottenham Hotspurs. And AZ, they reached the round of 16 by besting Galatasaray in the playoff round. In the first leg, AZ were utterly dominant, winning out on every major win predictor statistic. The Dutch side were helped out by a red card at the start of the second half, as they put 4 goals past the Turkish champions in the 4-1 win. Then in the second leg, despite only having 35% of the ball, RZ managed to generate 3.2 XG in the 2-2 draw, winning by 6 goals to 3 on aggregate. Following the league phase where they finished 19th overall with a record of 3 wins, 2 draws and 3 defeats to their name. They host a Spurs side who beat Elfsborg in matchday 8 of the league phase. 3 goals were scored from young players as Dane Scarlett made the breakthrough after 70 minutes, before Ajay and Mikey Moore scored to make it 3-0 as Spurs picked up an easy win. In terms of form, it is now back-to-back wins for Tottenham Hotspurs, and they ended the league phase on a 4-game unbeaten run, which saw the London side secure a top 8 spot in the league phase. They finished 4th overall with a record of 5 wins, 2 draws and 1 defeat to their name. When we look at the head-to-head records, there's only 1 meeting between these sides, and that did come earlier this season back in October. Richarlison's penalty was the only goal of the match, but taking a look at the numbers, we can see that it was all Spurs. They generated almost double the shots with 3 big chances to 0 and an XG of 1.87 to 0.41. Even without the bump in XG thanks to the penalty, Spurs still would have produced over double the amount of XG compared to RZ. My prediction for today's game is that with Spurs suffering in the Premier League and knocked out of both of the domestic cups, the Europa League represents their final chance to win a trophy here this season. In the previous encounter, Spurs ran the show with a jumbled up backline and a number of rotation players in from the start. With the return of Vicario and the January additions of Danso and Tell, I think Spurs will have more than enough to get a positive result in this one. Although, with AZ posting up some strong numbers in the previous round, I wouldn't be 100% confident of Spurs picking up the win here, so I'm going to be laying the home side for a full stake here in bet number 5.